I said AYOO. I said AYOO. I said AYOO. One man army against 50, bro. I stand on business. Time out. Time out. Time out. In other words,
The Cowboys haven't beat a team above 500. They beat a team right at 500.
But no, it's hard. It's hard because then they wouldn't even play in the conference championship.
Hey, forget all that. Hey, this whole year, and it ain't about fantasy, it's about the facts.
No, that's not the thing. That is not the thing. We never. We just went viral for the wrong reasons again.
Do you realize it all comes back to fraud?
You was trying to see how we feel about that situation? Nah, and Blake Hall.
said AYOO.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Amen. Say, man. Tuesday, January 20th, 7:33 p.m. Just had to document that.
Big word for him, though.
We had a big weekend this week. We got my boy Jeremiah, Jerry, JP, whatever you want to call him, in the building to join us. We're gonna talk some football today. Let's just go ahead and start it off because, man, last night, Indiana Hoosiers. You know what I'm saying? They got the national championship over Miami. They went perfect 16-0. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers for the feat. Cignetti just completed the greatest college football season by a head coach of all time. You know what I'm saying? Going 16-0. Conference champs, Rose Bowl champs, Peach Bowl champs, national champs.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Not only that, if you want to throw in a little mashed potatoes to the resume, he did get JMU in the playoffs too. He had a lot of recruits on that team as well. 2 teams in the playoffs and a national championship perfect season. You can't write it no better, man. You can't write it no better. But what are our thoughts, man? What are our thoughts from the game last night? What are our takeaways from the college football season now that it's commenced? How we feeling, fellas?
You could add to that, and then your star quarterbacks from Miami didn't get an offer from Miami, played Miami in Miami, beat Miami while his dad is in the Hall of Fame at Miami.
Oh,
and that's just. And his mama's sick, so he did it at home for his mama. Come on now.
with his brother as the backup quarterback.
Hello.
A real family affair. Where to Mary J. And he walked on in Miami. He tried to walk on in Miami. They told him no.
They said no.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Indiana picked the right quarterback.
Come
on.
We're really going to see a movie about this.
Yeah.
That was a movie. And he had his Heisman moment in the championship. That touchdown run.
Facts.
Amazing. If we wanted to rebrand the Heisman logo to that dive, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That run is harder than Vince Young's. No, he broke off the tackle and had to dive into another tackle.
He did run.
Let's just call it what it is. That's Vince Young is vintage, but that run was better than Vince Young's. It is what it is.
That's literally putting a team on your back, for real.
Yeah.
On 4th down. You can keep it going.
On 4th down. And he was competing for a better 4th down play on the same drive because that back shoulder throw. That back shoulder throw took nuts. Yeah. But that run took donkey nuts, like I said. That was outrageous.
That man knew what he was doing. Trust me. Look, I've been on the Indiana bandwagon. I'm not a true fan, but I like the team the last 5 weeks of the season because their schedule was a little unpaced. I was like, you getting by. Once they stepped up and the way they played against Alabama, I was sold after that. And I told Brando when we talked about it, I said, Indiana taking the whole thing. And it ain't a question. People have Miami. I'm watching the ESPN analysts pick pregame 3 of them in a row. Miami. I said, y'all must not know ball. Y'all just got some weird favorites because Indiana, by far, is one of the best teams I've seen assembled in the last decade, easily. Better than 2019 LSU Tigers.
No.
Yes, this team is
No.
better than 2019 LSU. Joe Burrow and
No.
the rest of the
No.
company.
No.
This is and only
It's
because that defense holds up. Now, explosiveness on offense, LSU got that for sure. But Indiana played too good on both sides of the ball. That's why the last sets of games, I said it's going to be Indiana all the way because don't nobody play that dominant on defense and that efficient on offense on both sides of the ball. You know, it was a lot of give and take. When Ole Miss played, I was like, I like Ole Miss, the explosive. I always give credit to the explosive teams on offense. But secondary on both sides couldn't stop a ball from going deep. So when you get to this game, that's what Indiana's going to do. They know how to play contain. You ain't getting. I was surprised that Tony and Fletcher got 100 yards like that, but I knew he was going to pull out the win regardless.
That's I think
crazy.
that's real. I will say I think that was a great overall final. Like if you're looking for a better championship than that from either team, I'm not sure what you're looking at. Like that was a great outcome. When you see how the teams performed, I think Indiana played great. Fernando played a Heisman like moment, like you guys said. He dang near played perfect. He also was banged up a little bit because Miami got to their identity as well. Like the pass rush that they've been banking on all year was there. Indiana was still able to move the ball effectively, offense on the back shoulder phase and running the ball. Miami's offense also looked very well as like Mark Fletcher we talked about last week. Him having 100 yards plus 2 touchdowns, like nothing went wrong for either team. But Carson Beck throwing the pick is just that's the last play of the game. Like somebody had to step up and make a play, and it just so happened for Indiana. So I think it was a great game overall. I don't have any complaints. I will say Miami's heel was Carson Beck throwing multiple picks in the losses. So for him to throw a pick at the last play of the game is just very unfortunate. I think it was a great game overall, bro. I haven't seen a game like that in a long time.
Yeah.
And if he threw the ball accurate, it was going to be a pick too, because the safety was right there. The safety was going to be right there. It was a pick either way.
Yeah.
What was you going to say, Brenda?
Yeah, you're right. Like it was a bad read by Carson Beck. If anything, he should have just threw it, made it untouchable. But to even sweeten up the Indiana storyline, if you look like maybe if you look at like if you had no television and you could only look at Indiana, what happened just by ESPN box score or whatever game log. When you look at what Indiana, who they beat to get to this championship, ranked defending champions, Ohio State in the Big Ten championship.
Mm-hmm.
Then they played Alabama, whopped them, most winningest team in the modern day SEC era. Then they played Oregon. A lot of talent come out of this school. You know what I'm saying? They was most recently probably the head honcho of the big Pac-12 before them went away. Then they played Miami, the OU. Now, obviously, this is not the U, but just off a name basis, if you was reading this and you didn't see no ball, you was like, what do you mean they beat Miami, Oregon, Bama, Ohio State back to back to back? You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So, bro, crazy season, man. Kurt Cignetti, and they did all of this with no 5 stars. It just they're literally gonna get a movie about this. This was a movie.
It is a few points I like to make.
Now, go ahead.
Let's go back to the beginning where everybody had Miami winning. Like I said, my underdogs was Indiana due to the fact it's Indiana. Nobody respects the name. And that's really what it was. Because if you're an analyst, it's nothing on paper, nothing on film that really gave you the hope that Miami was going to beat this Indiana team. No. There's nothing you can lean towards. You can lean towards their pass rush. I can say Ohio State is even with the pass rush, and they beat them. They find a way to get through those type of teams. The wide receivers are better, again, at Ohio State. Oregon, speed. They talk about speed in Miami. Oregon has speed. Oregon actually might be faster than Miami. So that everything on film and stat-wise show Indiana is the better team. And mind you, Miami still had 2 bad L's. We can't forget about them. They still had 2 bad L's. So, and Jeremiah said this is the best team assembled. No, best team assembled is the players are guys. This is the best coached team. This is the most well disciplined team. So to that's what that is.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
You guys gonna say
What you
something?
gonna say, person?
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe that I don't think that you saw that game as if like Miami had no chance because they were in the game the entire time. There was moments where Indiana executed better, like with the block on the punt. And then there were a couple of 4th down conversions that Miami couldn't get off the field on defense. But overall, like everybody played well. Like Carson Beck, until that interception, played a good game. Like Miami's offense, like we've never seen. I haven't seen a longer run from Mark Fletcher the entire season. Like they had better athletes on Miami's side.
Yeah, every team that play Indiana damn near do.
No, but like it wasn't like the team was far ahead of Indiana. Like I think I agree with you that they were way better coached. They like that might be the best coach team I've seen. I'm agreeing with you on that. But what compensated for the disparity in coaching was that Miami had athletes and ball players that actually showed up. Like all of their players who needed to show up, like all of their key players actually like played a great game. So it's like it's just athletes versus coaching, or you could say young phenoms versus transfers. However you want to look at it, I think it shifts football for the years to come in college, from the way you recruit to the way you play, and also NIL, because freshmen might not see the field again.
Yeah, bro. That was Indiana. That was Cignetti blueprint, for building his roster. They have the oldest. I think they have like one of the
They
oldest rosters. If
No,
not,
they do have the oldest.
They have the oldest roster in college football.
Yeah.
And he went for no 5-star. So he went for players with chips on their shoulders and adults.
Yeah.
Adults with chips on their shoulders versus kids. Miami's best player is 7, just turned 18. He can't even buy no black and miles. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, chill,
Yeah.
Fletcher.
Coach Cignetti, he obviously this is his formula, and now we're going to see how is college football going to adjust to this, because are they going to try? Because that's what sports is like. That's what sports has been about. You know what I'm saying? You want to copy the winning formula. So, like P said, like, are we going to see more like graduate players, more transfer portal has already proven that like it might be better, more important than the national signing day for high school. And so like, are coaches going to follow that? Are they going to go for those older guys? Are they going to go for that? Or are they going to stick to like just recruiting the 5-stars out of high school? We don't know. We got to see how college football is going to adjust to Cignetti's formula.
I ain't mad at it personally. I like it because like you gotta pick a side these days. The NIL teams like your Ohio States and all them with the most money spent get all these expensive players, and then you spend all that and you don't get to where you want to go, and it ends badly. You get blown up by a team that you would never look at, or you go the age
They
route.
just won a championship.
I mean, yeah,
It doesn't work for Ohio State.
Yeah,
You gotta go like Oregon or something.
you pick how your coach. You can be a Dabo Swinney. You can be out here thinking, I don't want to get too deep in any side of this. I want who I want, and then I take you nowhere. So you had to be a Kurt Cignetti, a Dabo Swinney, or another team where we gonna use the NIL money. I go Kurt Cignetti way all the way. I'm gonna find me some dogs. If they 22, 23, bring them on. We gonna use them versus blow all the NIL money and then we come up short.
Because mind you, one of the greatest college football players of all time is a transfer from a junior college bounce back, Cam Newton. One of the greatest things I've ever seen, and he was old as dirt as well.
And they snubbed him on the Hall
He
of
wasn't
Fame.
that old.
Huh?
He was what, 20? Because you gotta think he did 1 year at Florida, 1 year in junior college, 1 year at Auburn. He was like 20, 21.
I think that's his point, or no?
He said
Yeah,
he was old as dirt.
18. I mean, like Malachi Tony is the most NFL ready guy that we saw yesterday, and he was 17 or 18. What did I say wrong?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure them DNs.
Yeah,
I'll
come on,
probably
man.
give it up to the
No,
DNs.
we're
They might
only
only
saying
have one
that.
sack. Listen, they might have only had one sack as a team, but the
3.
pressure they were putting, they had one sack, didn't they? You sure?
Okay,
No,
bro.
I'm
Like,
asking.
they did their job. Like,
Yeah, they were getting to the quarterback.
for loss. They cooked.
Yeah, I'll probably say the most NFL ready was them DNs from Miami.
So the number one. So if you had a choice for the number one pick, but the only pool that you could have was everybody that played yesterday, you're picking one of those DNs over Malachi Tony.
yes.
Over a wide receiver, yes.
Yes.
Do we not know position?
I apologize. I
We don't even believe that. We don't even believe that, bro.
Are you crazy?
Bro,
You taking Tony over Ruben Bain?
when I literally last week, Brando, last week when I said Tony has to ball off, was he not talking about Fletcher and discrediting Tony, saying yes, he
I
did the
didn't
last minute
discredit
plays?
Malachi Tony. I've never discredited Malachi Tony at all.
You said the team runs on Fletcher. That's who they need to bank on.
But Mark Fletcher did his thing. But Mark Fletcher has been in college for 3 years. This is his 3rd year. Malachi Tony was 17. And every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Yeah, and I think that's also we need to see him progress because we knew somebody who was 17 last year and we don't talk about him this year.
Ryan Williams did not play like Malachi Tony.
Yeah, Ryan Williams had two plays.
Are we crazy? Like what? Like Malachi Tony.
We seen it from the jump, bro, and it was consistent all season.
It was the first game of the year. We was like, bro, who is this? And then when they found out that he was 17, it's like, nah, actually, that just doesn't make sense.
He's a dog, bro. So do we think that? I mean, do we think that Kirk Cignetti has, laid the foundation for a dynasty?
Yes.
For sure.
And let's be honest, that game could have got a little nastier if they called some holding calls. Because them corners was holding on for dear life and tugging. They're playing tug of war. And I normally don't like to call that. I say let them fight. But some of those tugs, I had to say, all right, it's getting out of hand.
I was watching my boys get thrown to the ground, get slung out there.
All right, I didn't see that, but I didn't see that.
I agree. I agree on the dynasty thing, though. I mean, when you look at transfer portal still open, right?
No, it's closed.
They started classes like 3 weeks ago.
It's closed. It's closed. It's closed till the end of spring.
They started classes like 2 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, and the portal closed like right before, a couple days before the game.
That's a. Well, whenever it closed, by that time Indiana was number one team in the nation, right? When you notice that all of them were transfers, most of those kids can't play next year. They're gonna be sent off either to their regular 9-to-5 jobs or potentially going to the draft. So there's opportunity for the next Indiana guys to step up, and most of them are probably coming from the portal. So you're going to create this traction to where, like, if you don't perform well at your school, come to Indiana, we're going to not only get you better, but we'll probably win a championship because Kirk Cignetti has a history of winning. He also seems like a straight up guy to where he's not selling any wolf tickets. So I think a dynasty is only right.
That's what Kirk was saying. Herb Street was saying yesterday. He was like, he told all the receivers, "Y'all better go. Y'all better go." So he probably told Mendoza brother the same thing, like, because they got Josh Hoover coming in from TCU. He led like was it the Big 12 in like yards per attempt or something like that. Another guy who can sling the ball for sure. He had a turnover. He has like turnover issues though. However, kind of similar to Mendoza. So Cignetti has a formula. He's always been good historically with quarterbacks. He got Curtis Rourke drafted last year. Well, I don't know if he got drafted, but Curtis Rourke is on the 49ers. Oh no, he did get drafted 7th round to the 49ers. And if anybody watched Curtis Rourke when they played competition last year, he was not an NFL quarterback. He got drafted last year. When he was at James Madison, Ben DiNucci was his quarterback. And we've seen Ben DiNucci in the NFL. So he's going to get you in the NFL. He's going to get you there. How you turn out is another thing.
It's on you.
Yeah, it's on you. But he's proven, though, he has a quarterback-friendly offense. Because Mendoza, when he was at Cal, I promise you he was not on anybody's draft board. But now we looking at him as a number 1 pick. So I think Josh Hoover, and again, I'm not on the Mendoza train. I haven't seen Josh Hoover play, but I don't think he could be much worse than Mendoza. He probably is better, more, you know what I'm saying? So they have the best. Indiana has the highest rated transfer portal class right now. With all that being said, though, I don't see a dynasty, bro. It's too much money out here, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, and they're backed by the Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, let's be honest. Wallets start opening up once you start winning.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not going to start paying for a losing team. Once you show what you can do and what Indiana just showed, and they have the largest alumni in the country, that money's going to be no issue.
They can get who they want.
Remember, Big Ten schools are called Big Ten schools for a reason, because at one point they can have 90,000 kids going to the school at one point. So it's a dynasty.
I think college football is kind of in a similar space as the NBA. When we haven't seen back-to-back champions in the NBA, there's no dynasty in the NBA right now. OKC has a chance to do so, but they can't even get past the Spurs for real. So I think college football is in the same spot. I do think it's only up for Indiana, but I just think, the playing field is too level right now for a dynasty. Because, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the only dynasty there really is the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? The Big Ten has now gone back to back champions. Can we put to rest, the SEC runs college football? Can we put that to rest now? Can we
I may want it to.
They had their days.
Hey, go ahead and put my foot down on Indiana establishing the dynasty. It's hard out here to come by. The transfer portal done messed it up for a lot of people. You got people leaving for no reason or money, and they not performing. It's a lot of upsetting things. It's things that you can't even coach, that you put trust in. You invested your money to a top 10 QB, a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah.
And the volume of the ball that they get is there. Now, the way that Cignetti ran his program this year, the way that he put together the players he had, if he keep playing like that and now he can go and get whoever he wants, I don't got no doubt in my mind that how can you scheme against somebody that you barely see lose? It's like, what film you going to watch to shut down what? You're going to look at games where people score more than they was, but the result was still the result. We haven't seen Cignetti lose in too many programs. So if he's running how he want to run, I don't see why he can't get what he want year after year after year. Go ahead. Go back to back. Show the world. Cignetti tell you. Google me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brando, I want to ask you to piggyback off that. You say you don't see Indiana being a dynasty because they're not going back to back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was Alabama a dynasty?
Yeah.
They only went to back once.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I'm not saying Indiana. I don't think that's why they're not going to be a dynasty. I'm not saying because they're not going back to back. I'm not saying that's not why. You can be a dynasty and not go back to back, but I don't see it happening. There's just too much money out here, bro.
I look at it this way. I was having a conversation with a guy earlier at work, and I do believe the Big Ten will run football as long as Cignetti's there. When we say SEC ran football, that's something that the other SEC teams like to hold on to. But if we're being honest, Nick Saban ran football.
Yeah.
It was more of a coach thing. Even now, even when we looked at the Nick Saban's impact after his retirement, most of the teams who made the playoff was head coached by a Saban tree. So it's like Cignetti not only wins football games and his football is very effective, right? He also has the coaching personality to take the world by storm to where Indiana's now going to be on Big Noon kickoff. Arguably more than Ohio State and Michigan, if we're just keeping it all with. Until they get knocked off, they're the team to watch. I mean, we're just being honest. They were the first team to win in the CFP era to go undefeated.
No.
First
team in the 12-team format.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Correct. And also from Indiana's perspective, if I'm Kirk Cignetti, he probably doesn't even have to pay taxes in Indiana anymore.
That's a felony, not a state. That's not a state. That's a felony.
This is
State
not.
taxes. Oh, state taxes.
This is not tax advice.
There we go. He probably don't
You
have to
get,
pay.
no, he probably don't have to pay state taxes in Indiana no more. He probably don't got to pay for no dinner. Like, he has the key to the city.
Free everything.
I didn't know Indiana had a football team until he showed up. And now they're the best football team in the world. He can create the same reputation that Saban and Bear Bryant did at Alabama, as Urban Meyer did at Florida, as Bobby Dow did at, I don't want to say Florida State. No, that could be wrong. That could be very, very wrong. Bobby Dow sound like Florida Tech. But anyway, he can be a household name forever in Indiana. And that's how dynasties start. It's all about the program that's established there in college, because the kids come and go. It's not necessarily about the players there, but if the coach is there and he's the best coach in the world as of right now, I think Kirby Smart can fight back next year, but we're gonna see.
Urban Myers.
No, I just agree because that man coaching and dominating on both sides of the ball. And if he hold true to his program, whatever moral that they done set, where money ain't gonna get you over here and money ain't gonna be the reason why you doing this and doing that, we got a program. And ain't nobody bigger than the program. And if you hold true to that, you're gonna be dogs. Because that's the type of stuff where you calling out flaws in practice, preseason. Like, hey, you giving up, or you think that your money will be the reason why you start? It's position competitions. We got two good receivers. Only one of y'all can be wide receiver number one. Make it happen in camp, and we'll come back and put y'all where y'all need to be. That's how I like to see it.
I think situations like this and him going to Indiana and saying this, where I'm gonna plant my flag and build my own dynasty. I think it also sheds light on coaches like Lane Kiffin. Like, bro, you had it perfect. You had everything you want at Ole Miss, and you left to go to LSU. I don't view you the same. Like, it's just be a dog and make your own name, do your own thing. What was the point of you going to LSU from Ole Miss?
And you got a lot more life in college. It ain't like the NFL where coaches getting fired every year, every 2 years. You don't even make it through the end of your contract the majority of the time. You got tenure when you in the college. Kiffin and the rest of them boys, you got a lot of wiggle room to make some bad mistakes 2-3 years back to back to back. And then the city and the team, the owners, everybody still believe in you. Like, hey, you keep trying. So seeing Lane do that, and I know they'll probably take some cameras away from Colorado and start recording down in Indiana now, because Dion, I don't know what's going on over there, but we ain't going to get too much into that. But
don't need to.
Yeah, it changes now. So it got to be the culture of you supposed to be developing. Now, granted, Cignetti ain't developing young boys in this format that he's running. He's bringing in the best and who he like instead of bringing in high school talent and developing. So I don't really pick a coach in that aspect to where it's like, I'm not going out here getting the best high schoolers, turning them into dogs, and we win in that way. I'm going to get
those JMU boys he got as freshmen and made them into, well, not made them, helped them develop into who they are now.
Yeah.
And all key pieces like Pond, he's from JMU. Got him as a freshman. Yeah. So he can develop. Those he just wanted to bring those guys with him. So technically the transfers. But he developed them.
Yeah, he just took the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? He obviously took the ones he liked. But that's definitely real. I think Cignetti, like, he came at the perfect time. Like, you know, college football has been yearning for another Nick Saban, you know, and a lot of people have been looking to Kalen DeBoer to be that. But Cignetti, as we mentioned earlier in the season, you know, he picked a great place in Indiana to do that. Definitely called, you know, he's like, you know, there's no need for him to move south. Like, do your own thing in Indiana. And that's just what he's going to do. I think in college, like you said, like we've talked about, NIL, you know, money, woo, it's hard to coach the players. And Cignetti definitely he's bigger than the program. You know, not a lot, there's a lot of schools where the players are bigger than the program, but the program, long as Cignetti is bigger than the program, you know, they're set up for success. And I can see the potential of them having a dynasty, but I'm not banking on it. You know, I'm not going to bank on it. So,
Respect.
I think it's there. Like I say, if Ohio State or Bama would have won, we'd have threw our hands up and everybody like, oh, well, that's what you expect. That's what you paid for them. You got the players you wanted. Your 5-star recruit class was number 1 and number 2 in the country. You got everybody you wanted. This is what we expect from the NIL version of college football. Those who go out there and spend that money to win it.
Yeah.
Nobody had Indiana name in their mouth at all prior to this season start. Even after their first 5-6 wins going undefeated, nobody was saying anything about Indiana.
yeah.
And they came through, wrecked the whole conference, wrecked every game they played, dominated, and you don't hear a whisper about money spent. It's about, they recruit class. No 5 stars. I think 3, 4 stars. Everybody else is below that.
Yeah.
You see these boys, and they were complaining, the age. He had to find a way to win, and it worked. Like I say, it's hard to scheme against a person you rarely see lose. I want to see somebody stop Indiana, but not in the I hate Indiana way. I want to see somebody out coach what I've seen, like best team in the last 10 years. That's like, I need to see it out coach. Prove me wrong.
Now, let's not forget, like, yeah, they had a dominant season, but there were some times where they were vulnerable throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are definitely beatable. This system is beatable. Let's not act like, 16-0, they did.
Yeah.
There was definitely some chinks in the armor, you know what I'm saying? Like Seven Bill said last week, if it wasn't for a shank kick on the 10-yard line, we might be having a different conversation. If it wasn't for Carson Beck being Carson Beck at the Carson Beck's time, we might be having a different conversation. If it wasn't for I don't even remember the wide receiver, but let's not remember that crazy catch we got against Penn State, where we saw probably the best catch of the season in the back of the end zone for the game winner.
Yeah.
So against a Penn State team that had no coach. So this team, like, the offense is good
enough.
They did what they needed to do. I'm not discrediting that, but it's beatable. You know what I'm saying? I think Miami was in position. They just didn't play football in the first half of the game. And then also you had if you teach your corners, just how to guard a back shoulder ball, that would put you in great position.
It's kind of hard.
I know it's very hard.
It's probably like damn near impossible because they can low key push off. If you can push off on the back shoulder, you can't recover.
Speaking of push off, now we'll get there.
But I feel like Brando Preston. I feel like y'all being too nice because he said something very idiotic, something very crazy.
Who says
Jeremiah? He says the best team he's seen in 10 years. Like, and y'all just letting that slide. Like, y'all just quiet.
But
like 2018 Clemson don't exist. The 2018 Clemson team will smack that ass so bad. And then that 2019 Bama will smack that ass so bad.
But I'll say this. Like, if we're talking like roster and player talent, of course not.
And you could say that about anybody they played. If you look at their roster.
Yeah, like, I don't think they were better than the Miami team on paper.
No.
But, like, I don't think I have seen a team be effective the entire game. Like, they were effective the entire game. They forced a turnover on defense to seal the game. The offensive scored with drives, and special teams scored as well. Like, I don't remember teams that was like all around special to the point where it's like, and then the quarterback
is the Heisman.
He, like, when he needed to, he stepped up and actually, like, tough as nails. Like, he got busted in the mouth first quarter. Like, he was elite. Like, I don't think I've seen a team face adversity like that and still come out with dubs consistently throughout the entire season. Like,
okay, because I'm about to say, if you talk about like best team like go out there and beat somebody, yeah, they have no chance against like the 18 Clemson, the 19 Alabama, or that Georgia team that put up the worst college
Yeah,
football playoff
player
we ever
talent.
seen.
Yeah, player talent. Nobody will remember anybody outside of Fernando Mendoza, respectfully.
No.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they were
nah,
very
Pons,
efficient.
yeah.
It's hard to say, bro. Like P just said, like it's hard to say, like whether you want to call them fairy tale, the Rudies, or whatever.
Yeah,
This is Rudy for
The
real.
Rudies,
Like,
yeah.
on paper, like I mean, like it's
Hard.
easy to sit here and say Joe Burrow over Mendoza, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson over Becker and
Yeah.
Surratt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can say that about everybody Indiana played this season. We look at Ohio State. Outside of Julian saying, you got 2 NFL wide receivers and running backs. Miami, Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama was.
They got 5-star recruits.
Yeah.
Oregon, they got elite receivers, XYZ, Miami, Malachi Tony, Marcus Fletcher, all of them.
Yeah.
So you can say that about everybody Indiana played. Like on paper, you're looking at talent, player-wise. Yeah, they was definitely underdogs in that aspect, but they got a flawless record, 16-0. No college team has done that since Yale in the 1800s.
Yeah, bro.
So it's just hard for me to say. Like, it's easy to sit here and say, Bama, anybody will watch them. But you look at the team, bro, 16-0, Heisman winner, top 2-3 coach in the country.
Top 2, 3. He number one. Number one.
You got to look at how these boys winning that ball, man. Like, I'm standing on it. It's just because a lot of these times you get to the playoffs and throughout the regular season, I'm a big fan of whoever has the more explosive offense ends up winning, because it's hard to really you meet an elite defense that can really stop your number 1 and number 2 receivers. A lot of the times while you're going through the regular season, that's what makes teams explosive. You pay for your best receiver to be able to get out there and catch the deep ball. Like, you got players that you invested in, and they make the explosive plays. When I started seeing these cats play up against Indiana, that explosive offensive scheme went out the window. These boys was hitting check down routes, runs left and right, where you see some QBs come in and get 36 plus pass attempts, regularly running their offense. Them boys out here running the ball 40 times a game, quarterback included, and passing only 26 pass attempts. They're making these teams switch to a contained game. Like, we just don't want to give up nothing, because if Indiana get the ball back, that's a less chance. Your percent of winning go from 49 to 36 every time they get the ball, and you don't do nothing with it. So I don't see no explosive plays going on Indiana defense. They're not giving it up. And that's how a lot of teams are established as they are. You got the number 1, number 2, number 3 wide receiver in the nation. They're going to do what they do. That's how they get their stats. That's how they look good. There's some dudes going down in the draft right now because how they played against Indiana. Some dudes who look good in every other game, but when they played against Indiana, and it's bad like that. And so you can make a team play contained like that. You got to go to your check down and rely on your run to be explosive, because look at it yesterday. If Tony didn't come out the backfield and get those passes, if Fletcher wasn't running as well as he did,
Yeah.
the offense relied on who?
Yeah.
They have to run that ball 10, 11 times to get a first down. He's going to be wore out come to the fourth quarter. And that's how they play, man. And like I say, last 10 years, I haven't seen a team dominant like that. I've seen the best teams go head-to-head, deep ball, touchdown catch. Except for a few championships, like when TCU and Georgia, that did one. That was crazy. But
Indiana definitely makes the coaches have to coach.
Yeah.
100%. Because there were some good plays that was called last night.
Yeah. You got to play different against Indiana.
Showed up late. Showed up very late.
Yeah. Because first half, like I said, that's how it is. Like Indiana, they won the complete game. At Miami, play how they played in the second half, and the first half might have been a different story. I don't know, but whatever they did in halftime, they definitely felt like their season was endangered. So they turned something up in the second half, and but it wasn't enough. So it was. Kirsten is gonna make people coach moving forward, which is good ball. How we feel about, you know what I'm saying? Fernando Mendoza. I'm pretty sure Tom Brady was at the game yesterday. Probably secured himself as the #1 pick for Las Vegas Raiders last night. He's just such a bucket of joy, you know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to see how he is feeling by the end of the season of playing with the Las Vegas Raiders next year. I just want to see just where is his joy rooted? Like, is it real joy? Does he really find joy? How much does he like football? Because when we hear him after a season with the Las Vegas Raiders, I just want to see what his temperament really looking like.
I'll tell you this: we're gonna have to see if he really about his words, because you really might have to die for this shit at Las Vegas. So, hey, we're gonna figure out if you about what you said. But like doing all this, think about it, bro. You did all that accomplishment, the storyline, HeisMEND, national championship, go to the NFL draft. You happy because you the first overall pick. You get picked by Las Vegas. And you just happy. And then you gotta remember, you got picked by Las Vegas. And then you start being sad and then depressed. And then you start doing alcohol. And then you get addicted to strippers because you're in Las Vegas. It's like, bro, it's all downhill after this.
We're basically saying he just has no like discipline at all.
How you feel about? I know Eric, you mentioned it last week, but let's dive deeper into that. What should Las Vegas do with that pick? Because I've expressed myself, I don't think Mendoza is a #1 overall pick. So if it was up to me, I think Vegas should shop the pick around for somebody who's willing to take that risk and get a haul in return for the #1 overall pick, and just bulk up on other assets. But how y'all feel about Vegas and the #1 pick?
I feel like that is definitely an option. That's my #1 pick. But if nobody wants to go get that #1 overall pick, I think you don't get a quarterback. You get the best overall player. Las Vegas can use anybody other than a tight end. So, is there even a DN that we will say is like a #1 overall pick? You gotta pick best available.
What's his name out of Texas Tech? No, he's not a defensive end.
Colin Simmons? Oh no, that's Texas. My fault.
No, the Hispanic boy. I forgot his name. But,
You talk about Texas Tech linebacker?
Yeah, that's what I said. He's not a DN.
No. I'm not picking #1 overall. I'm not picking #1 overall for a linebacker. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna just read off PFF's top 5, so it's not me talking out my ass.
Yeah.
We got Caleb Downs ranked at 1, Mendoza ranked at 2, Arvell Reese at 3, Jeremiah Love at 4, and Ruben Bain at 5. The defensive player Jeremiah is talking about is David Bailey. He's at 6. And the first wide receiver is Jordan Tyson from Arizona State.
Do we think who's a non-miss day one producer? And I think that's when you got to start evaluating and going into best player at that point.
I don't see Caleb Downs as #1 pick. Just simply
because of position.
And I seen what happened, this postseason. But Arvell Reese, that's a unique individual. As we talked about, this is a guy who could play, just about any position on that front seven, 6'4", 240.
That makes me scared. Last time I saw
Last time we saw
anything,
Isaiah Simmons.
He blocked a punt in the playoffs, and that's all we seen him do. So I'm scared of those guys. I'm scared right now.
He's either gonna be Isaiah Simmons or Michael Parsons. It's one or the other.
Well, I believe that Fernando solidified himself last night with the #1 overall pick. And here's why. When you're a quarterback in the NFL, you gotta just accept the fact that you're going to get tackled in the backfield. You're going to get sacked. Like, I mean, that's just, you gotta accept that. Especially if you're a Raiders, you gotta play the Broncos twice. You gotta play Chargers twice.
Chiefs.
If the Chiefs want to, find themselves, you gotta play them twice. So that kind of pass rushing is something that you're going to see very often. I saw Fernando Mendoza get his lip busted. He was getting tore up last night.
Amen.
And he went and he was unfazed. So much so to where he got back to his routine throws. Like the offensive line almost ruined the game for them.
Yeah.
On the false start, right? But Fernando played perfect the entire night. You're gonna miss throws. But the fact that you can handle, the fact that you can play tough in the midst of that game, you can fight for extra yards and extra effort in the game, which led to the score, and you can make third down throws that you've been making all year. So it shows that you're coachable, because those are just something that Cignetti coached. Like nobody does back shoulder fades like Indiana. I believe that Fernando showed that he's tough, he's persistent, and he's coachable. That is great qualities to have as any quarterback. And if he has that personality, if he has that kind of like, you could say persona about himself throughout the league, he will be able to get grace to where he can develop himself into being the quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders in due time.
Like I agree with you, but that was like the national championship game. I'm not fighting that hard on no week 5. I don't know. I feel like you put up more, but I feel like you put up more for a national championship game. You're not doing that against the Tennessee Titans.
I think when your team is buns, you got no choice.
Yeah,
you got to fight.
I agree with the fact. Like, I think Fernando is definitely like it's what I'm pretty sure owners are salivating at the fact of him being their quarterback. He's exactly what you want. You know what I'm saying? Fair weather guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's clearly has upstanding character. To the point where they're asking him, why did you cuss? You feel me? And, you know, he's definitely going to be a guy that can rally a locker room. You know, I don't know how that's going to bode, you know, with other grown men who's making more money than him, but we'll see how it goes. But he's definitely a guy that can lead a team. What's the word? Rally a team, lead the guys. And I'm pretty sure owners are definitely like, you know, salivating him. I just think he's going to be a project. I think it's going to be a time, especially if you go to the Raiders. There's nothing there but Ashton Genty. And we see Ashton.
Brock Bowers.
Oh, Brock Bowers, for sure.
Bowers, yeah.
Hey, that's a nice little, for sure. A little three-piece line. They just got worried about getting the offensive line after that. So, I mean, honestly, if you go Fernando and just bulk up your O-line, I think that's the start for the Vegas Raiders. But yeah, he's definitely a guy that I'm pretty sure owners would love to have. You know, he's not going to cause them no problems. You know, and you don't worry about him wearing grills on the sideline. They worry about him tatting up his arms.
You wild boys. Nah,
he's not. He'll be fine in Cincy.
For sure, I think so. So very interesting, man. I also would like to point out the fact he didn't throw for over 200 yards in the postseason run, but nonetheless, project. Like I said, project. We call round of that because we got to get to professional ball, man. Very eventful weekend. We got 4 teams left. 4 of us. Let's just go ahead and rank the last 4. Did we rank the teams last week?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
All right, well, let's rank the 4 teams. Let's see, you go Bears, Panthers. So 7, you go first. Eric, you go second. Jeremiah go third, and I'll go last. Pathetic.
Number 1 team, Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, yep. I don't get to go.
Seattle Seahawks. I agree with that. Number 2 team, give me Patriots.
Yeah.
And it's number 3, Rams for sure.
And that leaves the Broncos at last. Number 1 seed, Broncos at 4, man. How do we get here? Let's go ahead and just, we're going to start from the back and work our way up. First game up, that was
the Broncos and Rams.
Bills and Broncos. Bills and Broncos. Controversial game, some may say. Broncos get it done in overtime, man. Apparently, Bo Nix had a broken ankle, still got the job done. Josh Allen had a broken spirit, couldn't really do much with that. But how we feel about that game, man? What do we see? Josh Allen had about four or five turnovers.
Yeah.
Still put up 30 points, got the team in the overtime,
Yeah.
That game pissed me off. That game pissed me off, bro.
I think that stat line right there proves why we have Denver last in the rankings. Because why is the game that close? You got 5 turnovers.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That was bad ball. It pissed me off because I had Bills winning. Now, outside of the refs withholding calls, I think Josh Allen had some gambling debt he had to pay off because never in my days have I seen nobody lose a ball the way he was losing that ball. I'm talking about, man, he turned around, arm open like he about to bowl.
Yeah.
Why are you carrying it like that? That's not the ball. He runs the ball efficiently. He runs the ball. That is a
He picked.
You know you ain't supposed to hold that ball like that. He got gambling debt. He had to pay it back before he got killed.
It's not gambling debt. He picked family over football. His wife is ovulating this week, so he had to try for a kid. That's what it was.
Now, why do you know that?
The reach.
Yeah, that's.
Why do I know what the word ovulating?
No, why do you know she's ovulating this week?
That man been a fan.
You know the she's a Capricorn and the moon is not.
Oh no! Nope.
We get some water.
Nope. Nope.
Google right now.
Nah, man.
But bro, how do you get 5 turnovers and you still damn near lose the game? Like, bro, that's bad ball, bro. It's like that defense was.
Broncos is a terrible team, bro. I'm gonna say they're terrible.
No, the offense is terrible. Like, bro, you got a lot of penalties. Ain't they the most penalized team in the NFL on offense? Yes, they are.
No defense for sure because Miller Moss is the most penalized player.
He is. They're the most penalized team in the NFL. So I'm like, yeah, your defense is great, but it's like you can if you're not disciplined in football, you're not going anywhere. You can only go but so far.
The defense definitely bailed them out, as we mentioned. That's how the Broncos was going to win. I was watching the game with Jerry, and I told him like when they came out of the half, they first got that fumble out of the half. The score was 17-10, I think.
It was 17-10 and it became 20-10 before that.
It came 20-10. I was like that I thought that drive was going to lose them the game because they got the ball right there outside the red zone, and they went 3 and out because Sean Payton's calling shovel options on 3rd and 4.
Yeah,
I can tell you what's wrong with the offense. Sean Payton's play calling is so conservative. It's like he don't believe in Bo Nix or something. I don't know, but that play calling is so conservative. When they went 3 and out right there, they had a chance to go 3 touchdowns, 3 squares, but they only went up 10. I was like, yeah, it's plenty time left for Josh Allen to do what it do. And he did, got him in the overtime. But that drive that one drive going 3 and out right outside your red zone, fresh out of the half, it just maximized, like it showed like what is wrong with their offense. Like it's just too conservative. It's either too conservative or Sean Payton doesn't believe in Bo Nix. And that's why Buffalo was able to come back. That's why Broncos only put up 30 points in regulation off of 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
I before I share any thoughts, I would just like to read a scripture. Romans 5:8 says, "But God shows His love for us, in that while we were still sinners,
Go.
Christ died for us." Gosh, bro, it's okay, man. We're all sinners. I mean? We're all sinners.
That boy seeing the ghost of Michael B. Jordan out there.
Yeah, bro. Something is up. I'm telling you, like he ain't seen the sun. Yes, like, something is up with bro. I agree that the Broncos definitely look shaky because if somebody has 5 turnovers throughout the game, or you could say Yeah, because he wasn't the only one to turn the ball over. 4 turnovers in regulation as a team, you have to be able to put them away early, especially when you go up 10 and a half and you get the ball back. So I agree that their offense is not going to be sustainable, especially with Bo Nix's injury. But I don't want to focus too much on the Broncos because they got another week of football.
Yeah.
Josh Allen,
I would say it.
I believe, is the prodigal son of the NFL.
Wow.
7 years ago, it feels like it's been 7 years. It might not be 7 years. It might only be 4 or 5. But when he went to overtime with Patrick Mahomes and lost in overtime because he didn't get the ball first, they literally changed an NFL rule that has been a rule forever because he didn't get a chance to get the ball. Now he gets the chance to get the ball in many overtimes, and he hasn't won an overtime game since.
0-7.
They changed the rule. They also brought in laser technology for the first down marking when he fell short of the yardage in another playoff game.
What was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was more recent. And he hasn't made it to the Super Bowl with 2 rule changes. I have never seen an athlete in my entire life get a rule change for the better of their playing. Like, this isn't a Shaq thing. This isn't a hack and Shaq rule. This isn't because you found a way to cripple somebody, so you got to give them a fair chance to play. No, Josh Allen has had fair chances to win football games, and they've increased the rules for his benefit, and he still can't get it done. If any other black quarterback in the NFL would have had 4 turnovers in the playoffs,
They did 5. So one had 5.
can we do a wellness check on CJ Stroud? Who said he's alive? Have you heard from him? In the Deep South, he might be gone.
That boy heard him.
Lamar Jackson would have got stoned in Baltimore, and he would have been put in the vacant with Marlo and Snoop. There's no way that Josh Allen gets away with this. So much to the point where your coach is fired. Nah, I'm good on the Josh Allen train. I don't want to hear any more talks about Josh Allen being as good as Lamar Jackson, as good as Patrick Mahomes, as good as Joe Burrow. He is now a Class B quarterback for the rest of his career to me. I've never seen anybody who gets rule changes and still can't win with the rule changes. You got the overtime that you wanted, and you still throwing pickle. That's horrible. That's horrible. And you lost a man's job in this economy.
Yeah, no cap.
You almost worse than the president. You're awful. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh, bro. Go ahead.
I would like to say this. We know how quarterbacks not performing in the playoffs. Is he on Justin Herbert level? No, because he at least got dubs under his belt. Justin Herbert, you're a trash. All right. Josh Allen. I don't know. Yes, he got some rule changes for him, but this was the first time I ever seen him perform horribly in a playoff game. The first time ever. So I think he's in the same tier still as Lamar Jackson.
No, because this is different. You want to know why this year's different and what makes it worse? He was playing Bo Nix. He got what he wanted. He
was playing. Lamar wasn't playing.
He still got outplayed by Lamar Jackson. If you want to pull up the box score, let's pull it up.
What are we talking about right now?
The last time they met.
I'm saying Lamar Jackson is actually playing right now. My bad. I'm saying Josh Allen is actually playing right now.
No, but the last time that Lamar Jackson was in the playoffs, he lost to Josh Allen, which you're bringing his name up because, you got to bring up a black quarterback when somebody plays like that. When Josh Allen plays bad, another black quarterback got to be brought up just to see that he hasn't performed as well. Why do we make Josh Allen like a tier of his own? I brought up his name to be no longer compared. You brought up his name.
I'm saying whatever they say, how bad they talk about Lamar Jackson, they need to talk about Josh Allen like they're on the same level.
No. Josh Allen needs to be tied to a rope at the top of the stage and get tomatoes thrown at him. Tomatoes. He was in a playoffs when he was the best quarterback in the playoff.
Reigning MVP.
He was playing against people who had their first playoff appearance, if not Nobody expected them to win. Nobody had the Jaguars in the Super Bowl outside of Duval. Nobody.
He didn't play nobody with the first playoff
Bo
experience.
Nix, we're counting.
Last year.
Bo Nix, that was his first playoff win.
I'm saying we're
He
counting.
didn't win last year. They lost that first round.
They made it last year?
Yeah, we're counting
Did
that.
they not?
We're counting that.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
We're counting it. I don't count that.
You said experience. What?
They would have
just corrected you.
Josh Allen would have either played Drake May or CJ Stroud. And if you've seen how CJ Stroud has been playing,
Yeah.
like I pray Jerry Flowers like delivers him from the Bulls. But
Like I ain't gonna lie. I seen the way they attack CJ, and they're not attacking Josh. Like the same way you're attacking CJ, you need to attack Josh Allen. Josh Allen has, like I said, same level. Josh Allen has not done nothing. He hasn't won an AFC championship. He has done nothing but won a MVP.
I agree. And if we're being honest, the MVP last year did not belong to him.
No, just like the year before that, I was arguing he should have won that one instead.
No, the argument was not for Josh Allen.
It wasn't for Josh Allen. He still wasn't the best quarterback that year. It just didn't go to him. Lamar Jackson had the highest passer rating in history. Lamar Jackson is more impactful in my book, in my Black history, more than Martin Luther King.
Oh my God.
I need Lamar Jackson day off. Facts. Facts. And the fact that Josh Allen gets all this love in Buffalo, no cap. I mean, we can talk about it later, or I can say it on the pod. I can say it on the pod if you want me to. But Lamar Jackson is up there with Frederick Douglass.
Broncos lost to the Bills last year in the playoffs.
I don't care, bro. I'm not counting it. Bro.
You're not counting Josh Allen, or
I'm not counting Bo Nix's. He talking about Bo Nix's playoff experience.
Oh,
if anybody expected the Broncos to do anything last year, watch out.
okay.
Watch all the way out.
But Josh Allen has definitely escaped by, and they blame it on the coach, scapegoating the coach. I think that's weak, especially when this report's coming out saying that, Sean McDermott was like, this team sucks. We need more talent. I mean, that's a coach who's being real and honest, and that is the honest answer. Like, that Bills team was not built for much. But I do think
you're going to figure out, like, just like Tomlin, you're going to figure out getting rid of that coach is not best for the team. You might see a decline.
Because who else is out there? I think McDermott's been successful.
What you say, Jeremiah? Couldn't hear you.
It's definitely going to be a big decline. It's about to be fingers pointed at everybody. I got a finger to point at everybody but the tight ends. The tight ends done brought Buffalo through this whole season. Keon Coleman, I didn't understand where all this hate's coming from. I wasn't looking at the games like that. But this last game, I understood. Oh, okay, yeah. That boy back a year. Send him back to college real quick. The rest of them folks, Josh Allen, bro, he shed them tears trying to bring some sympathy with him. I'm like, nah, you can't get that out of me, man.
Oh, good, bro.
I just saw you play like that, and this is what you expected. This is what y'all schemed up. Ain't no way you run out the pocket and hold the ball like a little boy. No, bro, there's no way that you throw them. There's no way that y'all get those turnovers, and then you had a chance. They picked up, brought it to overtime, and
bro.
BS still kept going. I said at this point, go ahead and I'm not saying start over, but you about to see a whole different Bills because now Josh Allen has another chip on his shoulder. It's gonna be a whole Pringles can about time he get done playing. And then you got rid of your head coach, who I think was running an efficient program with what he had to work with. And so now that all the excuses out the window, you got the chance that you wanted with none of your main competition being there. You got to bring a new head coach in here, potentially a new team, and you're gonna have a lot of problems. It's gonna be a lot more fingers to point now because what did you just see them do, and what are you gonna expect the next head coach to step in and really do with what you got? If nothing changes, what is his goal? Because McDermott did everything.
He did everything.
So what's the expectation for that? We need to get a ring, okay? But how can we not do what we've been doing and get a ring?
And I'm gonna go and be honest, man. Like when you said give Josh finally the opportunity he needed, y'all realize Josh Allen has passed more laws in the NFL than Joe Biden did as a president.
Watch out, gang.
I'm genuinely because Joe Biden did nothing. Let's just we're political here, but he did nothing.
He delayed my student loans.
I mean,
I got Stevie though.
if you want to talk numbers,
Ain't nobody did. It's like my thing is I've never seen a quarterback get catered to. Like even when Brady was a quarterback, like yeah, the tuck rule was a thing, but that was a controversial call anyway. Like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either way, that call was going like either way that was going to change history because we've never seen a call like that. The deflate gate, they got caught cheating. Like Brady has gotten his fair share of the rough side too. Like Brady done got roughed up. Like I ain't never seen nobody change the game. Like you changed overtime. That was something that the whole world knew. Like first person to score win. Like because you didn't win in the regulation. And my thing is he gets an opportunity to do it in the playoff, and he throws a Stevie. Those are absolute Stevie. Like, and it's a controversial catch, but he didn't survive the ground. So I don't even know why we debating it for real. This is what I want for Sean McDermott. There's a coaching position open.
talk about it.
What are you shocked about?
No, I'm looking at who the Pittsburgh Steelers are interviewing, but we'll carry on.
Oh,
Then McDermott to Miami.
At the top of the list, maybe it's alphabetical order, but somehow Ejiro Evero is getting an interview with them.
who's that?
Yeah, that's our defensive coordinator. He interviewed with Atlanta too. He need to get the fuck up out of here.
Okay.
That's what need to happen.
I want Sean McDermott to go to Baltimore.
Of course,
He's a defense. If he's not a defensive minded guy, I thought he was. I could be wrong, but he's
because he can't.
He was. I'm pretty sure he was our DC, and Brady was our.
Yeah,
OC.
he was.
And Brady was
So,
our OC.
Ravens fixed that defense, bro. Now Lamar, like Lamar will have no excuse. I'm not creating no excuses for Lamar at all. I don't think any other great quarterback outside of Patrick Mahomes has done enough for me to solidify their playoff legacy who are still playing.
None. Not even Matthew Stafford.
Well,
No.
we can get there, but
Yeah.
the ones who are still like in their prime of their career.
Yeah.
He was DC with Cam Newton.
Yeah, like
Head coach with Josh Allen.
you'll get a quarterback who has learned from his mistakes, who has taken the blame. You know what I mean? Like who has improved. You know what I mean? Statistically passing year after year. You know what I'm saying? Except the injury last year. But like, you finally get a quarterback who gets held accountable. That's a great thing in a locker room. Like the quarterback has to be the leader. So when he says he let his team down, and they like he didn't let us down, I'd be like,
Well, they already, and I think some of the names. Joe Brady's already on the list, so I don't know how that will fare out. We'll see how that goes. But
I think
moving on.
Stefanski should have won. I think Baltimore need to tank for like a season.
Oh yeah, Tank is crazy. In Mars Prime.
Them boys so bad. I remember I'm watching the game on TV. I'm watching Baltimore play, and they already doing bad. They was going on a bad streak. I watched Derrick Henry fumble the ball and Lamar overthrow an open TD pass, right? They were paying to the sideline, to the Baltimore sideline. All I saw was a bunch of dudes standing with their hands and they showed the pass change showing, just sitting there rocking. I said, this team ain't got no discipline. They chained up, iced out, sitting here catching the breeze, looking like left and right. I said, them boys ain't got no discipline. It's too much jury on.
You're a couple years too late for the pod to be coming here talking against the Ravens like that. I don't like.
Really needs some discipline.
Just the end of the road, like I don't got time today. But like
Lamar to ghetto.
Yeah. Like we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole because we got 3 more games to get to. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying?
This next game wasn't really much of a game. 49ers Seahawks. I mean, we talking about beat down from the jump.
What I'll tell y'all boys, I seen in person. They can play if they wanted to. They can play cover 2 all game, just all game.
Yeah.
And when you can do that as a defense, and you got the best wide receiver in NFL at the moment, and 2 running backs that you can trust,
Down
the game becomes easy. Facts, my bad. down to 1.
But I would argue that's better for them. You know what I'm saying? It's a little too late in the fantasy season, but Kenneth Walker is way better than Zach Charbonnet. Night and day. Night and day. It's just Kenneth Walker's only 5'9", so he's on the smaller side, but he's a better running back than Charbonnet. So
he plays like he's 6'1".
Exactly. He might. I might argue that that's better for Seattle because he's a lot more appealing to that offense. But we'll see how it plays out because they have had good chemistry as far as the 2-punch.
As long as you don't have Sam Darnold trying to win you the game, he's the best quarterback out there.
Yes, sir.
As long as he don't have to win a game, he can be the best quarterback on the field.
Yeah, Sam Darnold stayed under 20 throws, so I think that was very appealing for them. 49ers, we just ran out of gas. You know, the injuries caught up. And it is what it is. Oh, before we go, I forgot. Bills, what can they do to improve next season?
Hold Josh Allen accountable.
Jeremiah, you want to go next?
Genuine.
Catch passes and just run and clean the offense in general. Tighten it up. It's too much being spread out. Like I saw too many plays where it was dependent on one pass and one catch, and them boys outside of some explosive plays that Khalil was out there catching, he put it in Dalton Knox's hands. I saw some greatness. But if it went to anybody else, you didn't know what was happening. I saw they had to rely on Josh Allen's legs, and it worked all the way up until that point. And just clean it up. Find some reliable people that you can see keeping you and moving you up the field, game in and game out. And if quarterback sneaking is going to be your game plan, use it more. I don't want to see him forced out to run because the pocket collapsing and he do some little kid stuff like that. If you're going to run a power draw, run it. You know what I'm saying? Just clean up and keep the offense put together and well kept. You know, we don't need to do all the extra stuff. Like that, when I need you, I don't want you on my team.
Yeah.
If I don't got trust in my receivers, we get to the playoffs, I don't want you starting. Just keep it clean and get some people you can rely on. That's it.
I got 2 things. One, you gotta hope like players get back healthy, like your all pro Damar Hamlin, like make sure he's good. And off IR. All right. And then the next thing, it's not just a Buffalo thing. It's like it's a lot of teams. They hinder themselves. If your head coach is in the draft room and telling you what players they want, I suggest you listen to the head coach who's coaching the team and want players to fit their schemes.
That's real.
Too many times the front office say, "Nah, we know better," when you're not making play calls on Sundays.
That's real.
And that's the issue. Just like news came out that Harbaugh wanted Puka Nacua, but the front office said no. You just set your franchise back.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah. So like when the front office think they're bigger than the program, you have no program. And you will be losers. Yeah. And that's the issue. Front office, if you trust the man to be the head coach of the team, trust the man to make the picks as well.
That's real.
Yeah, they got to start with the right head coach hire. They obviously need to improve the talent on that roster. They got to fix that rushing defense. I don't know if you remember, but that rushing defense was awful for the Bills. It was like bottom 5 in yards allowed per game, most rushing touchdowns allowed all season. Passing offense was elite, but probably in response to the rushing defense.
Shout out to MLK, the Bosa boys lost. Fight the power, brother.
Seattle 49ers wasn't much of a game. What can the 49ers do to improve next season?
Oh, truly health. Yeah, truly health.
Yeah, healthy.
There's just truly health.
I've been hearing a lot of, rumors on, I heard it was radiation at the field, so that's why their leg injuries and stuff. Let's just keep it all the way 100. We got to get rid of this Dr. Sebi diet stuff for grown men who play violent sports. Get back to the steak. Get back to the potato. Get back to the red meat. God called all of the meat clean. So I'm going to need y'all to get back in the kitchen and put down the cauliflower bites. No more this vegan talk. Get back to the red meat and potatoes. You want to know why you're not healthy like back in the day? It's because you eating like a rabbit. And I've never seen a rabbit hunt down a gazelle. Never seen it. Only lions hunt down a gazelle. You want to be a lion? You got to eat like that. Is it. All of this health stuff, calorie deficit, bro. Scientists don't belong on the football field. That's the reason why I ain't never been there. You got to eat like when they're in college football, the reason why we don't see that many injuries in college football is because they're on meal plans that are set by the weight program. There's a reason why they're durable, more durable than college. Because now they get their own money. Now they got their own control of their diet. You got to the league off eating red meat. Now all of a sudden you want to eat clean. What are you doing? Like,
talk about it.
Back to like, although Chad Ochocinco was making a joke, eating all that filthy food was way better than eating broccoli, like, respectfully, because you play a violent game, like. But if they get healthy, bro, they're gonna be a hard team to stop, bro, because they was scary all year with the injury. So,
I think they need to also make the right move at defensive coordinator because Robert Saleh did go to Tennessee, and we saw how the 49ers season went without that 1 year a couple years Robert Saleh went to the Jets. So they also need to get healthy and make sure they make the right hire at defensive coordinator.
Evero, y'all should get Evero.
The fact that he's getting calls after what he pulled off in the playoffs is
for head coach. I mean, don't get me wrong. Patrick Mahomes did say he has the best disguised defense there is. That was 3 years ago. Time to go.
But speaking of AFC, speaking of turnovers, man, we had Patriots and Texans. Boy, was I wrong about this one, man. Shout out to the Patriots, man. Shout out to the Patriots. Shout out to their fans, man. Y'all got what y'all wanted, man. Y'all got, DJ Stroud, you feel me? Because, he was just out there turning the ball over like it was a turntable or something. And now you get to see Jared Stidham in the conference championship. Jason Stidham, whatever his name is.
Right.
Shout out to the Patriots, man. But, boy, was that outside of the Texans, outside of CJ Stroud, that was a great game, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Patriots are lucky that CJ Stroud didn't if half of those weren't interceptions, I think they would have lost the game.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the Patriots that they had that many extra possessions and still kept it. Yeah, you should have been 28 points.
But that's not. I mean, this was a Houston defense, like
elite.
Going for the books.
It's Houston defense, but you got to realize where Houston and D'Amico dominate on long stretches of the field. His defense plan is to get you on short yardage situations on the other side of the ball and make you force your way up the field. Those turnovers kept Patriots on the other side of the field, on their side, working within 50.
To that point, though, they did fumble the ball twice and throw a pick. So,
yeah.
But
it was punt, it was interception, punt, interception, fumble, punt.
And if I'm not mistaken, one of those fumbles was right after a turnover on their end, was it not?
The sad part is, bro, I believe CJ Stroud lost in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's coaching as well, because if I'm D'Amico Ryan, I think you got to bench CJ Stroud at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do that. This
4
ain't
interceptions in the first half?
I mean, Davis Mills did go 3-0, right? Davis Mills kick-started their winning streak, remember?
4 interceptions in the first half?
Yeah. And as much as I like their second-string quarterback, he should have got an opportunity that night. He should have seen the field.
4?
He came alive on some bad games during the
that's fair.
What was the score at halftime?
It was 21-10.
I just verbally abused Josh Allen for doing 4 turnovers in the entire game, including overtime. CJ Stroud had 4 turnovers in the first half, and he gave up 7 points.
Yeah.
In that, he lost the game. As much as I rock with CJ, and I think he can bounce back from this. I hope he does. I hope. You know what I mean? But like, based on what I've seen, bro, you're cut.
I say so. I say this. I I forgot Davis Mills was in the backup. I think as much as I rock with CJ Stroud, I think that is a fair assessment. Like you do have to explore benching him because even without the picks, like he didn't look good. Like I said something like 2 plays before he threw the pick. I'm like, he's itching to throw him. Like he was throwing in the coverage, he was throwing in the tight spaces. He wasn't accurate at all. Like he kept throwing it short and short deflections that was going to eventually pop up and be picks. And once he threw one, it just opened up the floodgates. So CJ Stroud just genuinely didn't look good at all. Like even outside the picks, like he wasn't making good reads. His accuracy was off, and he was putting the ball in danger. So I think Davis Mills would have been a great option to explore. You saw him in the offense this season. This team was 3-5 up until Davis Mills started starting. I think Davis Mills went 3-0, and he kickstarted that 10-game win streak that the Texans went on. So I think it would have been very fair to do that. And a quarterback switch like that, Patriots wouldn't have seen that coming. They prepared for CJ Stroud. I don't know how much difference the offense would look, but it would have been worth the shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think CJ Stroud plays good in the cold. He hasn't played good in the cold ever since I've seen him on TV.
It's not ridiculous to say that. So, with that being said, how did the Texans move forward?
You move.
Year, right?
Go ahead, person.
This is last year on the contract.
Yeah,
no, he has a 5th-year option. He's a first-round pick.
Oh, yeah.
I think you give him an opportunity to show himself next year because I don't think you just get rid of him now, but after next year, bro, if it gets worse, you gotta look at other options.
Yeah, I give him. You got like the first 3-4 games of the season to come out and prove that last year wasn't a statement to hold against you. That was like, you got an excuse. It's my first time here, or used to it. The lights were too bright. Okay, cool. You got a chance to say that once, but don't do it again. I give you a stretch of 3, 4, 5 games going to the next season, depending on the strength of schedule. If you don't perform in these dominant games, especially like division games where we need to win, if you shows any lack or any downward development after this game, go ahead and get the next man up. Because everybody else played well. You were already out of your top receiver, so you already had a bad hand to who to get the ball to.
Yeah.
So if you get your weapons back, if you get your weapons back, you got your tight ends, you got your top 2 receivers, you ready to go. I expect you to play like we expect you to play in the beginning. But you get your people back and you start pooping the bucket. First 3 games, we lose our division games. Yeah. We go ahead and get the next man up in there. You got to go.
I'll tell you it's 4 things. 1, whatever Hunter contract is, you extend it 2 more years. 2, whatever you were going to pay CJ Stroud, be like, psych, go to Will Anderson and give him that contract. Thing number 3, you have to improve that O-line. That is your weakest point of your whole football team, is your O-line.
Yeah.
And point number 4, you got to get healthy. For Tank Dell, my boy from Michigan, and Schultz all be healthy. The offense looks better. And that's all you got to do. Fix your O-line and extend. That's all you have to do. You have everybody there. You have everybody in-house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if CJ Stroud can't perform with that, then I agree. You start, damn, maybe we should have got Bryce. Oh, you couldn't be first overall. But damn, maybe it's other people, we can look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely O-line is a huge factor, and I think it definitely went under the radar, the fact that like their best weapons was all injured. Without Tank Dell, they didn't really have a shot. So Nico Collins as well. Dalton Schultz got injured in the game, and they went all season without Joe Mixon, but Joe Mixon was injured as well. So Nick Chubb didn't pan out. So With also the O line, they have to figure out if Woody Marks is going to be their future in that backfield as well. So yeah, I think that's good. That defense needs to stay as it is and just pay whoever. So I think they're in a good position as well. Also, oh, is it ridiculous? No, we'll get there later. Next game.
Say it now.
No,
It's fresh on
because
your mind.
no, because this is next game is part of the conversation.
Gotcha.
Los
I
Angeles
see.
Rams and Bears. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's fair to say that we all know it's Chicago.
Yeah.
And we know that Chicago got sent home thanks to a Caleb Williams interception.
Nah,
But,
not
you know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams
letting you do that.
threw the game away.
Not letting you do that.
Hey, Brando.
I'm not letting you do that.
And
I'm
LA
not letting you do that.
walks out of Chicago by 20-17. You know what I'm saying? They said obviously it wasn't cold enough.
I'm not letting you do that.
You want to go?
What did I say that was wrong? Did Caleb Williams not throw
Caleb
the game?
Williams did not throw the game away.
I mean,
Not throw the game away.
I saw too much film on too many things that went wrong. It was in his hands
he
in
did
early
it.
position.
He did it.
When it came down to the end of the game, it was some bad ball out there by the receivers.
Let's make this perfectly clear, okay?
Let me be clear.
Caleb Williams' completion percentage and touchdown interception ratio statistically does not look well. Game film. There is no other quarterback that impacts his team more than Caleb Williams in the entire league.
Clutch
No.
D. He got the clutch D.
None. Without Caleb Williams, we don't get this far, and we definitely didn't go to overtime.
No, that was shout out to sports gambling.
No, he literally saved the game Sunday. We don't have a shot without him. And that interception, I believe, is a miscommunication / bad play call. I don't think that was necessary to even throw a deep shot in there. Like, we were chipping down. We could have got down to the field goal. Our field goal guys been solid all year. We could have rocked. We were rocking. We were driving. We didn't even need to take a deep shot. And then the miscommunication on the deep shot, I don't know who you want to give it to, but I'm not. Caleb is good at my book. Caleb didn't have to do a single thing. He didn't have to do anything else. Anything else to win that game. Ben Johnson, I can't get mad at either, even though he left 9 points on the board in regulation. But he's been gambling all year, and that was a part of my identity, so I can't knock. I would like to address the defense, okay? Specifically this play right here. On 3rd and 6, okay? Let's look at a little film. On 3rd and 6, when they got the ball back, they were not in field goal range on the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I remember this play.
If you notice, they are not in field goal range. If we get a stop, they either got to go for it or they got to punt the ball and give it back to us. We have 8 men on the line of scrimmage, and we have 3 guys that are not only beyond the line of game, but are almost off the screen. If me, an amateur podcaster who sits on his couch watching TV and my life is passing me by, says, hey, they're wide open. They're going to get this first down. You're too far off. Your cushion is too far off. And our cushion has been too far off the entire year. Dennis Allen, that's a part of his identity. He mixes matches, he mixes coverages and everything. But sometimes he lays eggs like this. Why would the MVP front runner not take off the route and switch it up to where Puka Nacua gets a little toss and he gets 6 yards? And that's exactly what happened. We gave them opportunities on 3rd down to stay on the field in overtime. And I guess Dennis Allen got a little nervous that he had to, get another stop. And I know that's a lot of pressure, but I believe that all year, this is a knock on the entire team. Offense and defense has never been on the same page at the same time. Never. We've always played half football. We've always played either we put up 40 points and we give up 40 points, or the defense plays lights out and the offense can't throw the drive. And I think it just came to fruition where we finally ran out of miracles. Great season overall, but it's not Caleb Williams' fault. I'm not gonna let you do that. I think our DBs are absolutely garbage in man coverage. Can't guard soul. And we need some defensive playmakers next year, either out of draft or in free agency, in order to have a shot to doing nearly what we did this year.
I like to piggyback off what you said. And that play is a great example. I wanted to bring that up. What's wrong with these DCs? You're doing plays like this as a Panther fan. I can say it too. You're doing plays like this against a quarterback who has more experience being a starting quarterback than you do a DC.
Bro,
He knows he don't even have to open his eyes. He's like, yeah, yeah. I know exactly where I'm going with this ball. He doesn't make a second read when you go deep zone. When you go zone blitz, deep
horrible.
zone, prevent. He never goes on a second read. He already knows where he's going. And second off, like I said earlier, bro, one, I never talked trash about Caleb Williams. I always thought he was your answer. I always did.
He's
I always
MVP.
thought. I hate how y'all got him. I hate how y'all got him. Really do. Truly do. But I can't hate. I always knew he's still that guy. He did throw the game away. Bad read. So you deny it or not, he did throw it away. But second, like I said, this was the best opportunity y'all had. Y'all had the perfect lineup in playoffs. Y'all had Green Bay. Green Bay. Without the best defensive player, somebody you're familiar with. You're at home. It's going to be the crowd on your back because these are your rivals that they hate. Green Bay. And then you had the Rams, who I said that secondary can get picked on by damn near anybody. If you have a competent quarterback who can throw, that defense can be picked on anybody. Now, in reverse, y'all have a defense that can get picked on damn near anybody who's competent as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was the best opportunity y'all had to go to the NFC Championship game. Y'all had the perfect lineup and just, gave it up at the end. Did you ask how they can improve next year?
No. Well, I wanted to say no, because I didn't say anything. I agree as well with that play. That was I've seen that a lot. I've seen that, quite frankly. It happens quite frequently throughout the NFL. I've seen it where, third and short, fourth and short, whatever. And, they're playing behind sticks. Not only that, they blitzed the guy who was covering Puka Nacua. What sense?
Yeah.
You blitzed the guy that was covering Puka. That was silly in itself.
That was like Indiana sending a corner blitz with Pond. Why? Why did you do that?
That makes sense.
And it's unfortunate because Dennis Allen was coaching a great game pretty much up until that drive.
Yep.
He was doing a great job, neutralizing that offense. I almost thought because y'all was winning at halftime and then y'all offense shut off. I was like, oh, maybe they need to let the Rams go up to get some motivation. I don't know. But yeah, Caleb Williams, I thought he had it in him, because the play before the pick, he picked up the QB sneak. He's staring in the camera, juiced up, you feel me? I was like, oh, he's about to have a moment. And it went left. I think it was a lot of people that fought for that interception. DJ Moore, no effort. Caleb Williams definitely could have placed the ball better. But, yeah, Eric, you just said that this was the Bears' best chance to get to the championship game. Do you not see the Bears being better than what they were this season? Do you not see, you think this season was a fluke for them?
I feel like the only reason I'll say yes is because the NFC. NFC changes damn near every year. Every year is somebody different. This ain't the AOC where you got your consistent players. Your consistent teams. Historically, since we've been alive. They have to make if they make great improvements on that defense, then I could see them making another 1-win, 2-win playoff team.
But with this being Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson first year, I definitely agree. Caleb Williams had to backpack them, in a lot of games, a lot of ways. However, his completion percentage is his completion percentage. He's still inaccurate at times. I let a pick. I know he missed I think it was in the 2-minute drive. He missed like a 3rd and 4 on a little out route to the tight end. He's still an inaccurate quarterback.
You can be inaccurate when you're accurate at the right times.
What?
There's no quarterback in the league outside of
Throws
Patrick.
perfect every single time.
I say all that to say though, this is his second year. I definitely see his accuracy improving. On top of the plays that he does make, I definitely see the chemistry between him and Ben Johnson improving as they build upon this year. Shout out Ben Johnson, he runs the football. Menanji was a rookie last year. Swift stepped up. I think that's a great 1-2 punch. Rome Odunze, he fell off halfway through the season. DJ Moore
Injury.
Injury, but I mean he did drop a touchdown. I don't think that was injury.
No, he did.
I think the Bears are here to stay. They're here to compete. They got over the Packers hump this year, going 2-1. I think that was very big for them, regardless of who was playing. I think that was very big for them. And then Lions, they're hiring the Cardinals offensive coordinator. I don't see that boding well for them. They're in shock now that they're without their coordinator. So I think the Lions and Jared Goff is 30 plus. So I think the Bears are here to compete for the long haul. I definitely still think they do need improvements defensively in the back end, but I think they're gonna have more shots at the title run.
I definitely concur with that. I agree. I saw a lot of good things. You know, being in the same division as them, I was proud of how I see them boys perform. Now, defense, I definitely want to see a few pieces pick up there. Offense, all I say is you gotta keep your boys healthy. It's one of those teams where you lose a few pieces and everything got to get shifted around, and then you making the first round exit when you get to the playoffs. So all you gotta do is stay healthy on offense and pick up a few key pieces on defense that like coaches got to scheme around. You don't want to see, and you can tell when the coach schemes around. We gonna try everything. We gonna run. We gonna run with the QB. We gonna throw some deep balls. We gonna go to the ends. We gonna work them because you're not shutting down no quarter, no half of the field with anybody you got back there. They aren't afraid to get that ball wherever they want to put it. So get somebody to put some fear in some of these coaches to make them want to change up how they may play ball against you. And then I can see them going back the same way. If we don't get it together, I can see Chicago winning out the division again.
Brother, please.
And trumping us in Minnesota. So,
brother,
Wait,
please. Brother,
why are you saying we like y'all are the team to go through?
oh, hey.
Weren't y'all at the bottom of your division?
Yeah, we was last year.
The Bears were at the bottom of the division last year.
brother, y'all don't have a quarterback. Y'all have bigger fish to fry.
It's us. We always rotate around. It'd be Lions.
Oh, but if the Lions healthy, remember the Lions got the injury bug too.
Y'all need a quarterback. Y'all have bigger fish to fry.
I mean, I look at it this way. Ben Johnson has been to the playoffs 3 straight years in a row when he's calling plays. I think we'll be okay. Defensively, though, we are bums. I think top to bottom needs to be cleaned. You talking about back end. I mean, we don't create no pressure for nobody. I mean,
Y'all did this past week though.
Yeah, because it was blitzing. Like Kyler Gordon was back there, Brisker was back there. I think Kyler Gordon is buns in coverage. Jalen Johnson, any deep ball buns. Deshaun Wright plays 10 yards off the ball. That's buns. Dennis Allen, I think with better playmakers, is a great play caller. Because when he was in New Orleans, they had guys. Like, we don't got no guys on defense. We got some decent guys, like decent dudes, but like they're not scary. Like, nobody on that defense is scary. Like, oh, gotta block him. Gotta make sure you chip him. No. Oh, you don't want to throw it his way. No.
Yeah.
So
digs back there deep balls all day.
You know what I'm saying? Like we get a couple guys that.
What did you say, Jeremiah?
He said D-ball.
D-ball punt.
Yeah, I see that Diggs brother back there. You got some dudes right there. You got a green light for me to throw it. I see. Apple back there sending it.
Yeah. Y'all might mess around go get Trayvon Diggs if Al Harris still there.
He's on. He just got released again. He's done for.
Bro, he's seen his best days with Al Harris. I wouldn't be surprised if he went back there. But we got big conference championship games this week. What can we expect this weekend, man? I guess we can start with NFC. I don't know what's going on. I mean, AFC is AFC, but we got Rams Seattle rematch for the third time this year. How are we feeling about this game? You know, after Seattle's dominant performance over the 49ers and the Rams scraping by the first two rounds.
Give me Seattle by 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
15 plus on the spread. 15 plus put up.
But I'll actually put money on that this week.
Win margin.
Nah.
Not a close game.
LA got it, bro.
Yeah, you smoking.
LA, bro. What do they say? What wins championship, Preston?
Defense.
LA ain't got none.
I look at it this way, bro.
The Rams just ain't have to play a defense yet.
If Matthew Stafford is given a chance, the Seattle Seahawks don't have a chance, bro. I mean, like, because there was some, like, although the Rams looked iffy, the Rams kind of kept us in the game as well. Like, they could have ran the inside run for the rest of the second half and would have won the game easy. But then there were certain plays where they took the ball out of Matthew Stafford's hand on third down, where they should have just gave him the ball to make a great play, and they didn't do it. So it's like, if the Rams are like realizing like what works for them, I think they're unstoppable on offense.
Yeah, because their last drive before the regular,
they ran the ball.
Yeah, they ran the ball. Matthew Stafford didn't even throw once.
Didn't throw once. So it's like, it's stuff like that where it's like, I mean, they had an opportunity to win the game early on, and they just didn't do it. And I would love to see Sam Darnold test it, and I think it being a division opponent kind of evens the playing field a little bit. Like, Seattle was very dominant last week, but the last time they met, we saw a very, very interesting game.
Yeah, come on.
I think it's gonna be interesting as well. Seattle should win, but I got my bank on Matthew Stafford for sure.
And not only that,
I'm
bro,
gonna be.
like,
go ahead.
Let's remember, right? Seattle's success. Now, granted, I don't think Sam Darnold could have threw that game against the 49ers away. Again, I think 49ers just ran out of gas. But Sam Darnold record against the Rams is like his stats against the Rams is pretty subpar. They're pretty subpar. And like Pete said, bro, they had a very I've never seen nothing like that. You know how they got the job done. I've never seen a play like that. The helmet 2-point conversion? That's not happening again.
What are we talking about?
That is not happening again. So Sam Darnold, his stats against the Rams, I think the Rams have his number, and it's definitely that's why I'm going to favor the Rams because of Sam Darnold.
Well,
and I'll also favor. Oh, go ahead.
But no, I got Seattle by a long slide. But what I can say, and I'll give LA their credit. Data analytics has done a lot for a game of football for the last 2 years. When coaches saw how efficient screen passes were, they've been running it out the wazoo. When coaches find out how efficient going forward on 3rd and 4th down in long and short field positions with 4th and 5, 3rd and 10, they're not doing the ball. They're trying to find something. Data came out showing how efficient it was to go for it on 4th. I'm giving LA credit by the fact that they got some gutsy play calls and has been at the end of all those play calls where they're giving him the go and he's catching that ball. So I give LA that they're going to put up a good fight. But I think that this is a possession game where the least amount of turnovers and that one extra possession that I think Seattle is going to have is going to be the reason why they take the lead and they don't. And LA can come down and score, but it's going to be a back and forth.
Yeah.
But play calling on short field positions on 3rd and 4th down by LA is what I give them credit for. It keeps them in the game. Like I said, I think Seattle wins on their possession. So if they do turn the ball over, if they do go 3 and out and they give it back to Seattle, I trust the kicker. I trust Sam that they're going to do something with it. So there may be a 10-point difference by the end of the game going into the 4th.
And I'll tell you this. Y'all talk about Sam. My bad. Y'all talk about if Matthew Stafford has the ball last in his hand. I promise you, this Seattle defense is not playing prevent. They're not playing off. They're playing press man if it comes to that situation where Puka Nacua can't get open and Devontae Adams is too damn old and slow. They're not giving them no leeway. Again, this is a team that thrives in playing man. They're not going to, they're not they already seen two losers do it. They're going straight man where they're good at.
Yeah.
Jeremiah
And run
speaking on
defense.
turnovers. Sam Darnold has thrown 6 picks against the Rams this season. Matthew Stafford has thrown 0 picks against the Seahawks this season. Sam Darnold has been sacked 4 times against the Rams this season. Matthew Stafford hasn't been touched by the Seahawks defense this season. So, and they split. This is not a situation where it's like, this team has been undefeated against them all season. I don't see. I mean, Seahawks defense on paper and on screen has dominated, but like we said, when they get against some real comp, which has been their division, it is a different story. And I don't see that happening against the Rams. Like P said, the Rams, and we've said it all season, like the Rams' Achilles heel has been play calling consistently throughout the game.
Yeah.
And Sean McVay acknowledged that. He at least acknowledged that. He was like, I didn't put us in the best position to win, but our guys still got it done. And so with him acknowledging that, I'm definitely going to bank on the Rams to win this game, alongside with the fact that what I've seen from the previous 2 games and Sam Darnold.
Yeah. I mean, this playoff series done showed who got bad gambling addictions. So, whoever got to be somebody that old, I feel like it'll come out the win. Because if Matthew Stafford, if he owe a lot of money, you're going to see some cheese balls. Like, there's going to be some picks. There's going to be some loose fumbles. There's going to be some crazy turnovers that we see. It was supposed to be Puka. This man done hit the inside, knowing that wasn't his route. He late the throw. He overthrown it on purpose. If Matthew Stafford got some deep gambling addictions, he in debt real bad, I expect to see a whole different Stafford that we ain't seen.
Talk about it. I think the AFC game really going to expose that, because we got a Broncos team being led by Jarrett Stidham playing against the Patriots and Drake May. How did we get here, fellas?
Hey, listen.
Josh Allen.
The Broncos. That too. Gambling is out of hand out here with people paying back. Look, I give Broncos credit. This is my first time paying attention to Sean Payton outside of Louisiana, seeing what he can do with a different team, do with a different ball. And I was kind of disappointed what happened with Russell, but coming into this season, I didn't expect Bo to be well developed and coached as far as leading his team and the way that them boys stay healthy. I think Broncos' biggest thing.
He's not leading them.
Well, this is what I say. For me, I couldn't point out no wide receiver one, in my opinion. Broncos use a plethora of dudes, and there is no standout wide receiver one. So you got options, but that also would be the main reason why it's going to be hard to really put the ball in somebody's specific hands when you get in late game situations, because you don't got that one person you got to throw it to. You're going to try to pick your best play and see who gets open. And you can counter that. And now that Bo Nix is out the picture as QB, you can just track these boys and run them right over. It's not, and the fact that it's New England, it's even worse opportunity for Broncos to win. I think this is a steamroll game on both ends. I don't think that they're going to compete. I don't think they have the running back strength to get down the field. I don't think the passing situation is good enough. They may do well on some first downs, but do I see anybody throwing a touchdown pass in this game? No. Do I see picks getting thrown by Stidham? Yeah. 0 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
I just don't see them boys dominate on anything.
Spicy. Real spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. A backup quarterback sounds good. I mean, we've seen Nick Foles do it before. I do believe that the Patriots are going to handle business. Shout out to the Patriots for getting back to the Super Bowl.
Simple as that, man. I think, as I mentioned earlier, Sean Payton, the way I see the offense, I don't think he's ever put too much on Bo Nix. So I see him. He calls a very conservative offense, in my opinion. So I don't see them having to alter too much for Jarrett Stidham. For Stidham, should I say? So I think the offense is going to be Stidham friendly for the most part. Now, Bo Nix did have to make some plays against Buffalo. He did have to put some throws down the field, but for the most part, this is a very conservative offense. I see. They call the most screens in the league. If you can't throw a screen pass, I don't think you would even be a backup quarterback. So as long as he's able to complete the screen pass, I think the Broncos script is going to be just fine. But when it does come down to the plays, like they're going to be in trouble. And I agree. I expect New England to handle business. Be in the Super Bowl. We're looking at a New England Rams Super Bowl rematch for 2018. That's how I see it. I see Matthew Stafford versus Drake May, or whatever they call him, or Drake, whatever you want to call him. Drake Holy Schedule May, whatever you want to call him. And we're gonna have the MVP matchup, man. We're gonna have the matchup between the two MVPs for the Super Bowl in San Fran.
Yeah.
It's a few things I like to point out. Shout out Broncos. Y'all made it as far as y'all could. Good season. Second off, I still don't understand how Sean Payton is being able to be a coach. Like, shout out to the bounty games. Like, that should have got him expelled permanently. But hey, if you can pay to kill people, that's cool. Legally. And how can I say this? I think they're going to utilize the run game and screens a lot this game. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
Do you trust a backup quarterback to throw in those two corners?
I don't think he played this season either.
Yeah. And your first matchup is this Patriots defense with, again, those two corners? Yeah. You better hope your tight end is amazing this game or something. You better hit the seams. Because if you throwing it to the outside and butter, baby, to the crib. And I think it's going to start looking like the end of the Chargers game. It's going to look close at first, and then it's going to get real ugly at the end. So shout out to the Patriots. I mean, this is your new team. Back to the Super Bowl without Tom Brady, without Bill Belichick. Congratulations, y'all cracked the code. Shout out to Charlotte kids. If you want to be great, get somebody from Charlotte. That's all I gotta say, man.
They ain't cracked no code, man. Once they get that first place schedule next year, they're gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And they better hope Stephon Diggs beat the case, because Stephon Diggs done saved made quarterbacks so much money.
That's true.
Yeah.
From Kirk Cousins to Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And now Drake May. So that's what's next for them. But yeah, I think that's my Super Bowl matchup. My question now, before we get up out of here. So now that we've seen all of these quarterbacks in the playoffs, they're all connected somehow.
Yep.
I want you to start, bench, cut. CJ Stroud, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young.
Off the rip, I'll take that. Bryce Young start. Caleb Williams bench. Stroud out of there.
It's the best thing he said all fucking night. I'll tell you, boy. I'll tell you. Hey, that boy good. That boy good. Yeah, that's the best thing he said. Start Bryce Young. Bench CJ. I mean, bench Caleb Williams. He's finna be a star too. CJ, you're the only one that has declined since year one. You've literally been declining since year one. So,
I don't think I disagree with Bryce, Caleb, CJ, because I think if you give Bryce Young weapons like Ben Johnson and DJ Moore and Roma Dunza, Colston Loveland, who didn't catch, he didn't drop a pass until Sunday, but whatever.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet. I think Caleb Williams has the best. He had the best scenario this year. Yeah, I think Bryce is more accurate. So for now, I think I'm gonna go Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, bro. Like I really hope you turn. Yeah. I mean, the bottom of my heart, because it's gonna hurt. But he's got.
Because
Wow.
CJ Stroud had Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Schultz out the rip. Bryce Young had DJ Chalk.
Very interesting. I'm taken aback at
Oh,
my
DJ
fellow
Chalk.
panel members here. But I don't agree with that at all. These guys are all still young. They have all shown flaws. And it just depends on how you want to look at it. If we're talking highs, well, I'm gonna give my order. I'm gonna start today. If we're going off of today,
Yeah.
I'm starting Caleb Williams,
Cool.
and I'm benching CJ Stroud,
Idiot.
and I'm cutting
That's an
Bryce
idiot
Young.
right there,
And
ladies
I'm
and
cutting
gentlemen.
Bryce Young.
That's an idiot right there, boys and
Now,
girls.
everybody's made fair points here. My argument would be what I've seen. Honestly, I think CJ Stroud has had the best season out of them three, and it was his rookie season. But the fact that it was his rookie season and he has declined since then is very concerning. Caleb Williams, I think Caleb Williams is the best playmaker out of the three.
That's fair.
He has the best arm talent. CJ Stroud's accuracy is far superior to Caleb Williams. But today, I'll start Caleb Williams. I take the growing pains, bench CJ Stroud, because like I said, if we're talking about a quarterback, CJ Stroud is the best quarterback that I've seen in the NFL. And Bryce Young, Bryce Young is valid. Like, I'm not upset about y'all picking him, but I haven't seen a good enough ceiling for Bryce Young yet. I haven't seen enough highs yet, Mr. Comeback Kid.
I'll tell you this, and I'm glad you threw that in there. Again, CJ is the only one that has declined. He's the one that walked into not only a great offense, but a great defense. He's the only one with a top tier defense out of all three of them. And you still go out there and play Pookie. If you give CJ, I don't like to do switch teams and ifs, so let's keep that out of here. You took away his weapons and you gave him a Bryce Young wide receiver core. He had 5 turnovers.
I mean, we did. They did take away his weapons, and we saw what happened.
Yeah, he had 5 turnovers. And for Bryce Young, first year and a half, that's what he was dealing with. You finally gave him some weapons. Who's a rookie? Xavier Legette and a Coker, free agent. We make it to the playoffs. He start cooking. He's the comeback kid. And he also is the only one out of those three, other than Caleb. Caleb Williams, put him number one. I can respect that. 1 or 2, I respect that. But for you to do CJ, and he played damn near trash in both games. And we seen Bryce only play one game, and he went head to head with the guy in the NFC Championship game. Actually, both of these quarterbacks went head to head with Matthew Stafford. And both look good.
Yeah.
So it's like you doing that. That's, I ain't gonna lie, Randall. That's bad. That's bad.
You're talking about, what I'm saying, one game, and that's cool. But like I said, CJ Stroud.
He beat him the first time in the regular season, but you keep going.
CJ Stroud, let's not forget, CJ Stroud rookie year, he was in top 5 conversations. You know what I'm saying? And he has 3 playoff wins to his name already in 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL without 3 playoff wins.
So does Bo Nix.
The highest paid quarterback in the league don't have 3 playoff wins. So he has playoff success in the first 3 years. He just stunk it up, and he's left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth as of this week. But
if you're going this way and the other 2 are going past you, your points is intersect. Y equals X.
He played the worst game in his life, but even with him playing, even his lows this season is put him. I'm not going to sit here and say Bryce Young is that much better. And I pointed out the flaws with Caleb Williams. I can't have a quarterback that's not accurate.
I mean, Caleb Williams has the most talent, the potential among the three.
Definitely with his damn speed
Uh,
too.
I just think depending on where you put these guys, I would love to see Bryce Young get an opportunity to have the weapons.
Yeah.
Now, Caleb Williams being on the bench ain't gonna be for long, but I just don't knock it. Like, given the cards that was dealt with everybody, like Bryce Young has had a bad hand until this year. TJ's hand has gotten worse due to injuries, but his game was like night and day without those weapons. Bryce Young is somehow managing to fight with the lack of weapons. And Caleb Williams, now that he has a coach, I mean, we're gonna see him get better and become potentially the best quarterback in the league.
Whoa. All right.
I mean, he has the potential.
I'm not wild.
Yeah, he has the potential.
Really not wild. Like,
Best quarterback in the league. So this is like when he like
he has
30.
potential, yes.
Once he's 30, once guys have fizzled out, right?
Well, no, I mean that can happen soon. Like right now, the top QBs are on a big decline right now. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, all these QBs, the situation ain't looking good. You can come in and beat all them stat wise. Maybe not on the ground for some of them, but you can lift your team up to be above all three of them in the next couple of seasons. And Caleb can be looking like a dominant top 5 QB easily if these other teams don't pick it back up. If we see Lamar stay stagnant, if we see Patrick Mahomes don't pick up nothing and they don't try to figure out a new game plan,
Yeah.
Allen, it doesn't go well with the new head coach and he doesn't lead the locker room. All these top QBs, Stafford and all these other QBs, Golf, if they don't come in and pick up where they don't drop the ball, I definitely see Caleb stepping into a top 5 conversation and leading the league and probably touchdown and passes because the offense can only go up from here. They already got everything they need to dominate. Swift stayed healthy for majority of the season. He was able to come in. The pass game was good. You can come in and dominate with who you got while everybody else is still trying to pick up some pieces that they left off. So I definitely think it's possible.
I mean, that's what he was drafted to be. Number 1 pick from USC, Heisman winner. He was drafted to be the best QB in the league.
Fingernail painter. Now let me stop.
Yeah. Man, that boy Lil Wayne said, y'all lost to a Negro that painted his fingernails?
Yeah.
Trash.
Man.
It's Chicago, man. But that's a good ball, man. We're going to wrap up 148, man. Appreciate you joining, Jeremiah. We'll see how the games go this weekend. We'll see y'all boys next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all inviting me on the Bearded Boys community. You know what I'm saying? We here. Bearded Boys.
End it. Let's go.
The fall-off is inevitable.
No cap.